Indeed we is back. Hello. For some reason my Streamlabs crashed, so I have to set up everything again. Anyway, hello! I'm back. Now to play a fucking well-made game. I really love the way that this game plays. It's fucking fun as shit. Difficult, but fun as shit. Oh, hello. A message from the Outriders team. Dear Outrider, this is it. This is where it truly begins. While your journey may only be just starting, Outriders is the culmination of a 5+ year-long dream to create something truly special. Yes, we've already been over this. Stop telling me. Blah 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 blah. Welcome to a new Horizon update. Blah 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 blah. Why do they feel the need to tell me every time? Alright, I don't like, how do I change the fucking... Cause this cursor is just slow as fuck. Display, display, controls, zooms and multiplies. I got everything already figured out, so don't worry about that. I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck to get this menu cursor to move faster, because it's super slow. And I never figured it out, so. Menu cursor speed. Ah. That's still pretty slow. Alright, game privacy closed. I don't want to play with anybody. I just want to play this game with myself. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good as a solo game. You don't know why they do it with PC and controller type games. Right, it's insanely slow. Why? It's like they expect that their whole player base is just gonna be like those people that they joke about when they first started like coming out with wagons and people getting motion sick from the wagons, even though it goes very slow. They can't handle the fucking speed. They can't keep up because everything's going so fast. But it's literally walking pace for a fucking horse. I don't know if did I ever give it? Oh yeah, I did. I don't need to talk right now.
Hit me,
I gave her, Thanks again for getting the guy who killed poor Mr. Chang.
Yeah. Alright, what do we got today? What's on the hourly menu? Stop looking at me like that. Stop smiling at me. I don't like it when you smile. 17 minutes left. Toxic bullets. I mean, as cool as that sounds, I kind of like my shotgun better. It does
Motherfucker's got a damned Outriders jacket.
Okay, so I did everything before, so I don't have to worry about that. All I have to do is talk to this guy now.
Just think, if this mission gets me killed.
It's where I wanted to leave off so that, in case, John ever wanted to join me. Alright, let's go, buddy! I think it's first city. Yes.
How are we traveling there?
And again, Dobrowski has outdone himself.
Whoa. You managed to keep my truck working after all these years?
Well, I had to strip the AI systems, bypass the graphene cells. Cost me 20 balls of vodka and parts, but now I'll be able to run on anything. Diesel, turpentine, even fucking potatoes, if we could grow potatoes.
Hell yeah, we can make our own alcohol bottles and trade for some more upgrades.
You still got tunes?
Tunes? Hey, boss, we got no electronics. No tunes, no nothing. But somehow we make do.
Rip all the tunes. Can we get an F in chat for all the lost tunes that we'll never get to hear again? We must all pay our respects for all the tunes we'll never get to listen to. R.I.P. S.O.N.G. Nothing like being stuck on just 1% for about 5 minutes. Dude
Okay,
has
I
his
tracked the dock to that radio tower on the hill. But the slums between here and there are infested with snaggletooth fucks and enough patrolling insurgents that those mutated things are out hunting.
Wait, what kind of mutated things we talking about?
I'll stick to the roofs, give you some eyes from above. Good luck.
Are we talking about the giant ones that I should probably stay away from or some shit?
That thing's the nuclear engine from the Flores, right?
That's the reason half this city is an irradiated ruin.
Let me guess. The anomaly?
That thing got battered by it until, boom, no more energy.
Don't tell me you still had people in cryo.
Yep, the ECA had a choice. Let them die or wake them up all at once to an unfinished city without food or water.
Yikes.
The slums you're looking at, that's where they got exiled to starve and die.
Your insurgents call themselves exiles.
You're quick.
I still can't get used to seeing your face.
Yeah, well, neither can I, because you were poisoned, right?
So this was the first city. Looks like a ghost town. What happened here?
Some geniuses decided to wake up 500,000 people when we barely had enough food for ourselves and put them in a city built to house 50,000 people. You can imagine how well that went. People stuffed into boxes, starving to death, living in their own shit like some fucking slum, and no shelter from the fucking anomaly. Those storms only had to kill a few thousand before the riot started.
So... the rioters destroyed this place?
No. What we did to stop the riots, that destroyed this place.
Oh, wow. What did you do? Ooh. Equip. Oh! We got Cerberus on the fucking front of the car. Oh, I didn't even read it. They got fucking Cerberus. That looks fucking cool. That's ugly. Change color. Oh, I have to double tap it. Oh yeah, that's what we like. That's what we like right here. Oh! Oh, it got spikies. It's like a spiky little fucking color. It's like the spiky color. Oh, that's just a thing. That's just a constant. Okay. Ooh. Hell yeah. We got more fuel. This is cool. Equip that shit. Yes. Oh, that looks pretty. Nihilist Burden. That looks gorgeous. Let's try to change it to that one. I want it to be raggedy, but not too tattered, you know? That one. Sigil. What's this? No sigil? Yeah. Or you know what? This one will be that color, and this one will be, that. That looks nice. I do not have moves. Literally the stupidest dance I've ever seen in my fucking life. That was just... That was cringe, bro. That was fucking cringe. New accolades level. Oh, hey. Cool. I don't even know where that went. What was that? Why have I heard that
Place is
noise
crawling
before?
with insurgents. I need to clear them out.
I've straight up heard that noise before this game. The do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where do I remember that noise from? Year 1 on Enoch, powering the cryopods. Professor J.J. Karpinski, January 2159. To power the colony for the first few months, a team of engineers ran and monitored the Flores-engineered nuclear reactor. In addition to the reactor, fuel processing units, and a reserve of nearly 100 megatons? Millitons? I don't know. I want to go with megatons. Of nuclear fuel were brought down with the engine. Engineers retrofitted the engine to work as a nuclear power plant. The engine's reactor were sealed. And operated at less power than 0.01% of its nominal power, generating about 30 megawatts of electrical power. That power was necessary to keep the cryopods operational and provide power to the colony. Fuel reserves were only expected to last between 1 to 2 years, at which point infrastructure to harvest renewable sources of energy would be ready. Establishing a colony for 500,000 people where, during deep space travel, every gram of mass counted and could potentially... Why is my brain fucking up so much today? Lower the possibility of success could at the very least be considered a Herculean task. It was not possible to simply bring up all the food, housing, and other equipment needed to sustain the colony all at once. Instead, equipment permitting on-site production was taken, and food supplies were limited to last for up to 1 year, designed to sustain a population of 50,000. During that time, the colony was to become self-sufficient and grow to the point of being able to support not only 500,000, but a growing population. For this to be possible, several industrial chains would normally require years to develop, such as steel or cement production, had to be recreated in a matter of months. Dynamic growth started from the very first days after the landing. To prepare the housing materials needed for a growing colony, as the temporary housing brought on the Flores could accommodate little more than 5,000. The agricultural sector needed to start producing food as soon as possible to both feed 500,000 souls and create a stockpile in case of unforeseen circumstances. Those in cryostasis couldn't remain in hibernation forever, as the cryopods consume high amounts of energy and had a limited lifespan. The extraction of colonists from the cryopods also necessitated medical facilities, which would soon expand into a hospital. What exactly made it like use so much energy? Whoa! It's a burst rifle! This is fun. Oh, this is not fun. Damn it, it's fun. Oh yeah? A little help here? I'll help you die. Oh, hello. Ow! Woo! Hell yeah. Splat. This is a cool ass rifle. I like this one. It's a fucking burst sniper rifle. Where are they?
It's also him.
Oh yeah, how are you gonna enjoy this, huh? Oh my, you are armored like a stormtrooper. Like a heavy stormtrooper. Oh, hello there. Oh, you hear that sound? Peekaboo! Oh, we're taking these. Yoinkus McSplinkus. Alright, what else do we got here? Is there anything? Journal entry unlocked. Ironclad? Is that what that guy was? Yeah. I can't go there. I feel like there's something up there, it looks like. Hey, what's in here? Oh, I can't. It's just random lighting shit. Hey! Boing! Scouts, britches, and NDL.
This shit is gonna take some getting used to.
Just a very powerful, strong electromagnetic field is just making everything rise. Tell me why their SMGs kind of sound like those fucking SMGs that you can get in like airsoft guns. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's actual guns that sound like that, but still. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Where do you think you're going? Come back here. Come back here. Come back here, boy. Oh, I can't. Did I run out? I ran out of... Oh no, it's not. Okay. There goes your buddy. Get over here. Loading. Miss me.
Hey, Outrider. Is it true you're from Earth? What was it like?
Oh, nothing like you imagine. My generation. We lived our whole lives knowing Earth was over. We killed to survive. To earn our seat on the floors. We got a few happy memories, but they weren't much better than meals on death row. Notes. Stay.
Warzone Valley landmarks solar panels. Report progress on renewables. Department for Energy and Industry. Installation of auxiliary solar panels in the first city is now complete. Together with the solar tower outside the city, the wind turbines being erected near the mountains and the water turbines along the rivers coursing through this valley. We expect to meet 50 to 60% of the same energy demands for the second year. We plan to expand renewable energy production significantly prior to the awakening of the majority of the population from cryostasis. Although the reactor in the Flores engine could provide twice the energy that will be required, we hope that we have learned our lessons from the many disasters that befell the reactors we were forced to abandon on Earth in those final years. If we can finally build a society powered by renewable energy, perhaps there is hope for our species yet. But you're gonna have to find a renewable energy source that is also what is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Sustainable? Easily sustainable? Because, I mean, the renewable energy sources that we have now, or at least a couple of years ago, are not exactly that sustainable in the long run and don't provide as much power as, like, they could potentially. Just because, like, the what's it called? I'm not sure what kind of stuff they put on there. I'm not sure if it's like a gel or like a liquid. But the stuff that they put in between the solar panels that harvest the actual energy itself, I think I remember reading something about it expiring a lot quicker than it should and not giving, like, or not that it's not giving, but that it gives out diminishing returns in terms of, like, power conversion versus production and how fast it, like, explodes. Not sure how to word that properly. Sustainable energy sources are not that great right now. Hopefully in the future they will be. Historian Inspiration Area. Now this is where you get, like, one of those Earth relics. The historian's kind of a nerd and a hippie. Oh, hello. You're not very good at keeping watch, are you? Oh yeah? Let's see how fast you can do this. Not so tough now, are you, big guy? Yeah. I love the trickster class. He's so fun. There we go. Squeak. Uh-oh, he's too slow. Oh boy. Never mind, he's fast. He's still got his speed. He's a super boy. Oh, hello. I'll be taking this, thank you. Hello, fellas. Where's the fire? This shotgun's great. Shiny! I want the shiny thing. Give the shiny to me. Thank you. Ooh, new mask. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Anomaly power 31. Max health, flash shield, temporal blade, killing enemies, it's blah blah blah. I want this one. This is fucking cool. 13 firepower and 35 anomaly power bonus on skill activation for 15 seconds. Ooh! Using skills deals 88 damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius around you. The damage is equal to 30% of your anomaly power. That sounds cool. Okay, well, everything else sucks. Except for these sheets. Ooh, is that metal? Is that metal at the bottom of my sword? Or is it just like a really clean looking plastic? Bull and eagle. This is the same gun, but this one has critical damage ability. This one has weapon life leech. I like weapon life leech. Ashen bullets. Shots inflict ash on enemies? What is ash? What does that do? I guess we'll find out. We got a pistol that does it. Ooh, what's that shiny thing? Oh, is that where I came from? There's a thing! I got faces all over my face. It's even in the... I got a face in the back of my head. That's right, you can't hide from me. I got eyes in the back of my head. What are you gonna do about it? I don't see anything else. Where am I? Is that where I'm at? I think this is where I'm supposed to go back. That's where I am, right? Okay, that's where I came from, that's where I went, and this is the flag, so now I gotta go this way. Hello. Poop water. The poop adds flavor. History of Earth, Formation of the Outriders. Speech to the Transgovernmental Board. Sibilla May Flores, year 2040. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Progress on the construction of the Ark ship continues. Apace. Procedures for transportation of resources to orbit have been streamlined, and the ship's skeleton is well underway to completion. Our latest series of tests for the G-Drive has passed with flying colors, and we are close to developing ship-scale engines featuring this tech. Considering the delays we have endured to get this project off the ground, we are safely within schedule. However, this is where I have to caution this board that the progress made should not be expected to be maintained. I need not tell you of the dangers that lurk in your own countries, and the threat that civil unrest could pose to the Ark ship. And even if we were to safely and effortlessly leave Earth behind us, there is no telling what might await us on Enoch. We must do everything we can to guarantee this experiment of ours succeeds, because it cannot be repeated. We will require highly trained individuals to extract VIPs from hostile zones, whether by diplomatic means or otherwise, secure crucial strategic points, and ensure the security and continued production of the Ark ship. We will require a diverse group of interdisciplinary individuals with both the combat and scientific expertise to steer a scout ship that departs for the new planet ahead of our Ark, and prepare the ground for this colony we will establish. This can only be achieved with the formation of a specialized unit. They will be handpicked from the most distinguished members of the military, government agencies, and corporate entities across the world, and provided further fit-for-purpose training. Thus, I submit to the board my recommendation for our next generation of pioneers, the vanguard of Enoch. The Outriders. Hey, that's what I am. Man, I'm like a super smart fella, ain't I? Oh, hey. What's this? Ooh. Loot! Sweet, that means more money. Money, money, money. Give me money, 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 money. Tofu S? What a silly looking and sounding gun. Aw. Nope, here they come. I want to see what Ash does. Whoa! It freezes him! It freezes them in Ash. It's like the effects of a volcano. It just sticks to him. Ha! Sayonara. Try that again, punk. What do you think you're doing? You ain't gonna win a game of hide and seek.
It's also him.
Do it, bitch. Do it. Do it. I said do it! You coward! Ah! What do you think you're running, huh, buddy? Oh, shit. I think I killed him with the passive ability that I got, where I do damage whenever I use a move. Come on, 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 come on. There we go. Oh, sweet, it works for that too. So I do double damage whenever I do this. Yeah, it's like a little... It does a little... And then my move goes. That's cool.
Here.
History of Earth. The Outriders revamped. ECA closed meeting Bruno Nyberg, year 2075. Our losses are immeasurable. The majority of the Outriders has been declared missing or dead due to the explosion of the Caravel. Worst of all, we are now left without a scout ship and without a force to secure our future colony on Enoch. Nothing can replace what we have lost. But we are now left with no alternative but to accept the hand we have been dealt. I have already overseen immediate action into repopulating the ranks of the Outriders, drawn from the top mercenary groups that have long been vying for our affections, and a place aboard the SM Flores. They will have all of 12 months to train and prepare for their mission. Join me in wishing them Godspeed. Beep. Ooh, shiny. Ooh. I want to know what that does. I have to find out how the hell I get over there. Maybe I just don't. Is that something right there? Whoa! A barricade made of dead bodies. Nice. See, they got stuff on the other side of these things, but how do I get around there? I guess I'll just go through this door.
I see the radio tower. No sign of Zahidi.
They're probably keeping him in one of the buildings close to the tower. Judging by the number of insurgents heading your way, I'm guessing they know we're here.
Can't hide from me. I'm too observant.
It's here.
Radio station broadcast transcripts. Hold on, folks. The ECA spokesperson is preparing to make a statement. Oh, excuse me. As of Kipu, get off the stage! Alright, fine. As of 12,000 this afternoon, an emergency curfew will come into effect. Effective across the First City. All First citizens are ordered to stay indoors. For their own safety, violations will be met with heavy penalties. Outside curfew, all First citizens are required to carry ID at all times. Regular inspections will be carried out and checkpoints will be set up between districts. Violations will carry heavy penalties. It appears that is the extent of the ECA's statement. So there you have it, folks. These dreadful riots are starting to get out of hand as though things weren't bad enough. It was only a matter of time before the ECA responded. I don't know about you, but I intend to abide by the law. I suggest you do the same. And stay tuned to this broadcast for further updates. Another reminder that if you have friends or family that want to listen in, we are no longer able to broadcast a digital signal. They will need analog radio devices to pick up our station. Analog radio stations. Like a ham radio? Them old school things? Alright, what does this gun that I got do? The one that I got earlier. That one's ashen. This is, oh my, weakening bullets. Toxic bullets. Meh. Armor piercing. I thought I got one of these ones, but like a blue one. Maybe it's just this one. Weakness on enemies. I mean, that sounds nice for, you know, an LMG, just continuously making them weaker. Okay. Was there? I was.
Awfully quiet here.
Yeah, I'll say. Oh. Holy shit, he's fucking frozen. Holy shit. I need to wait until he gets closer enough. Oh my goodness, hello. Where'd he go? Sweet. Give me that. Woo! That was dangerous. Now give me my stuff. Give me my loot. Bye. I see a shiny thing waiting for me. Nice. It turns out this gun's pretty meh. I mean, it's huge, but it's pretty meh. Oh. Apparently I'm too fat to go in that door.
Get back! I'll kill him!
Calm down.
Not a step closer, I swear I'll rip him open! Get back!
Eh.
This man's gonna
Outplayed.
bleed out. Who are you?
Shira Goodman sent me to find you. Thought you might want to see this.
That's a frequency.
No, no.
What the? Where did
Guy
you
who
get?
threatened to kill me was
Jane!
gonna die.
You're hurt!
It's nothing, Doc. Tell me the briefcase is safe.
Oh, the truck is gone. Oh, motherfucker. Wait, no, hold on. Hey, listen to me. I might be able to stop the bleeding, but you have to tell me where your people took my truck. I will save your life.
Promise.
Yes.
Go down past river.
All right, Doc, move back.
Wait, no. I just gave this man my word.
We can't leave him alive. He knows too much.
No, he doesn't have to die. We already have what we want. James! No!
Get her
Nice.
up. I'm taking her back to my truck.
You have to find the Doc's truck. It's more important than me. You have no idea.
There's a briefcase under the oil tank. Bring it back safe.
Yeah, she got popped. She was getting in between the dude saving his life. I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes
Hold on,
sense.
Jane. Hold on. Just stay with me, okay, Jane? You stay with me. Damn it. Go, Outrider. Go!
Cyclone Slice, wait a minute! Cyclone Slice! I love cyclones! Give. Where's the give. Yes. Give. Temporal Blade is pretty cool, does 258. But this one does 35 damage and interrupt an enemies into a small radius with every hit. This can last for 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 1, 2. That looks cool. I like spinning. Spinning is fun. That's what I like to do. You shouldn't have fucking tried to kill the guy. Should have just let him save his life.
The cable car will take you
Dude
down
is
to the
desperate.
slums. It's the quickest route to the river. The truck should be on the other side. Okay, come on, don't...
Yeah. Is either do it right away or don't. Because unless you're willing to fucking do it immediately and not get like halted just because someone says wait,
What the?
it's a pretty dangerous issue.
Hey, Jakob. I think I found some of those mutated snaggletooth fuckers.
Yep. And now you're really seeing this planet. The war is the least of it.
Was that the nine-tailed fox? Naruto, is that you?
That tree.
What?
This is where I woke up.
Really? Year 1 on Enoch, Outriders disbanded. A History of Madness by R.T. Elliott. The official archive, February 2159. When the smoke settled, the infected Outriders were quickly placed into cryostasis, both to preserve their lives and isolate any possibility of contagion. Those that survived were arrested and kept confined in cells, awaiting trial. Too many Outriders. The greatest punishment was not the disbanding of the unit, but the blame assigned to them for every ill that struck the colony. From the storms to the monsters, Sarah Tanner, Jack Tanner's daughter, made many attempts to clear the Outriders' name, but she failed to see how effective a scapegoat they had become. Owing to interventions by Sergio Acosta, the ECA chief of security who was on planet during the incident, any Outriders willing to write statements claiming responsibility for the landing day's fiasco were able to merge into ECA's own forces. But many refused such oaths and suffered for it. One other participant in the incident, Shira Koopman, at the time a senior engineer, was treated rather more generously due to her rank and essential knowledge. She was acquitted of all charges brought against her and praised by the ECA for her handling of the situation. Shots inflicted. Boom. 15 damage. 31 damage. Wow. Okay. 31 damage. Shit. Don't mind if I do. Hey! Bing. What's that noise? Oh, damn. Oh, it's another burst rifle!
Wow, this thing is so good!
He does the bloopses. The big ol' bloopies. Back up. Free! Or die. That's cool too. Hey guys, you haven't seen a ballerina? I like doing circles. Spinning in circles is fun. Oh, hi. Damn! I don't know why I love spinning so much. It's just very fun to do. You spin me right now. Became a fucking meat grinder. Just turn into fucking, what is it, cold miser? Heat miser and cold miser.
Interesting.
Or he does a little spin and he goes boo, 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 boo. Year 1 on Enoch, the first anomaly storm. A History of Madness by R.T. Elliott. The official archive, July 2159. It is difficult to paint a precise picture of the aftermath of the first anomaly storm that hit the colony. The chaos that ensued made record-keeping a non-priority, and of course, many that were responsible for keeping the records had perished. Much of the knowledge of the days that followed is passed along by word of mouth. Some of the stories are exaggerated, some understated, and all of them are harrowing. What is known is that food production was brought to a near halt, as a sudden increase in toxicity of the soil and the reduction in water availability led to plant life withering in a matter of days. Many machines and devices that used electronic components were fried. Medical and research equipment was rendered useless. All the data stored on the networks of servers was lost, and industry was brought to its knees as energy production ceased. With solar panels and turbines left non-responsive, damage to the landed engine's nuclear reactor risked a meltdown that loomed like a ticking time bomb over the colonists. While the ECA did all they could to pay respects to the families of the bereaved and bury the dead in separate graves, many corpses started to rot, luring scavenging creatures that feasted on the dead or stole food from warehouses hit by the storm. An order was issued to bury the remaining dead in mass graves, but the creatures had already smelled and tasted blood. At first, the colonists were able to scare some of them away, but as time went by, the creatures became bigger and braver. Yeah, that sucks. It kind of reminds me of Days Gone, where they tried, like, mass grave and everything, and the Zombo is just, like, all huddled up around those parts.
There's some note.
Yeah, I know. Year 1 on Enoch, setting up the colony. A History of Madness by R.T. Elliott. The official archive, March 2159. The ECA had an exhaustive plan to quickly set up a self-sustaining colony in a matter of weeks. Records and testimonies I have gathered indicate that in the space of 12 weeks, most infrastructure was already in place. The rollout occurred as follows. Week 1. The awakening of the first batch of colonists. All essential personnel that could contribute to the building of the first city. They began by laying down the power grid and connecting it to the nuclear reactor. The plans was for those in the cryopods to be pulled out of cryostasis in stages, allowing for the city to grow organically, and for housing, energy, and agriculture to develop enough to sustain the eventual population of 500,000. Week 2. The majority of construction was automated, using intelligent 3D printers that required little human supervision. Before they could be activated, they first needed raw materials that could be harvested from the mountain and woodland areas found in the valley. Steel, which was important for heavy machinery, assembly was acquired from disassembling drop pods. Week 3. After the first city's hub was erected, the architecture plan was put into motion. The 3D printers were activated and put to work, beginning with the outer walls that kept overly curious or hostile fauna outside. In week 4 and 5, food production solutions were put in place, from standard irrigation and greenhouse farming to advanced hydroponics and vertical farming. A variety of solutions were implemented to identify what worked best within the area's climate, soil, and water quality, and general ecosystem. In weeks 6 through 7, the expansion of the industrial zone and resource extraction saw the building of the quarry in the eastern side of the valley, and the building of refineries that processed extracted materials. In weeks 8 through 9, they tried to reduce dependency on the nuclear reactor and provide alternative methods of power generation. Solar panel fields were built together with wind and water turbines set up along hilly areas and water bodies, respectively. In weeks 10 and 11, the central power plant was built in the first city to store all the power generated inside giant batteries and intelligently distribute it to where it was needed. In week 12, a radio tower would facilitate communications across the valley and provide a much-needed moral boost for workers with some light entertainment. However, throughout this period, there are multiple reports of machines and device malfunctioning, combined with high interference in communications that likely delayed progress. Spinning the internet up must have been a nice luxury while it lasted, at least. Considering that apparently they stored literally everything that happened on Earth. But apparently, it looks like eventually somehow all that data was gone. Maybe it was the electromagnetic field.
Outrider, we're almost back to your camp.
Copy. How's Jane doing?
She's barely hanging on. I'm doing what I can, but she'll make it. She has to.
If only we got to warn these people about all the storms and shit. What are you? Venomous individual. It's dead now, whatever it is. They'll never catch me. Oh, the ore's mine. Oh no! I was playing and only fooling. I tricked you. You fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, come closer, baby. Nice. Come on, fellas, gather round. That's right, free food for everybody. Action of lumber. Ow! Oh, they blew up the stupid fuel tanks. Ah, what happened? Oh. Well, you're a big boy, aren't you? Nope. Try again. I didn't mean to push that. Man, those guys are really good at predicting what to do. Hey, new world here. Things are gonna get difficult. At least a little more difficult. I didn't check up there. Or up there. There's a shiny thing up that way.
Looks like
Private Journals, Jane Combs' journal. After I defected to the insurgents, everyone treated me like I was radioactive. Traitors' blood runs in the family. I heard them say even when they knew I was listening. I don't think my squad got any rest around me. Afraid I was gonna slit their throats while they slept. It didn't help that I hesitated every time I fired my gun. Terrified the insurgent and I was shooting might be my brother. I had no choice but to learn to take my shots carefully. I watched my target's movements, looked for tells in their mannerisms or stature, anything that would betray they're not ready. But every time I thought I saw the scar down his cheek, or caught the shine of his long hair beneath his helmet, I hesitated. And every time it almost got me killed. The day the Grand Marshal visited our trenches, my squad leader told us to bring pride to our unit. I looked down no man's land, looking for a target, anyone but my brother. I got lucky. I spotted an insurgent captain poking his head over the trench lip, showing off some freak ability or other. I took the shot and his helmet went flying. And that's all Shira Gutman needed to see. She brought me into her guard and gave me a sniper scope. And then from now on, with that scope to my eye, I could stare into my target's eyes before I pulled the trigger. I no longer had to hesitate. Still, I think to myself what I would do. One day, Riley will be on the other end of my scope. It's not a decision I want to have to make. There's only one way I can avoid making that decision. Either die before that day comes, or I find a way to make this war end. Can I go down here? No, it's blocked up. Or I can't open it. Looks like a thing I could eventually go to, though.
some right.
Yeah. Year 1 on Enoch. The Storm's Aftermath. Professor J.J. Karpinski, August 2159. Science and engineering teams concentrated on finding methods of forecasting future anomaly storms. It was hypothesized that the unpredictability of the anomaly was such that storms could not be foreseen beyond merely a few minutes in advance. A few minutes was scarcely enough time to evacuate. We realized that more deaths and damage to the colony due to the storm was inevitable. All we really could hope for was to create the infrastructure that might increase our chance of survival. A plan was set in motion that called for the building of multiple shelters and bunkers, both in residential and working areas. The crude technology used in cement production allowed the cement plant to continue operating despite the anomaly's effects. Speed and efficiency were still severely impacted, as other links in the production line have suffered drawbacks, particularly the excavators in the quarry and mines. With our electronics rendered useless, many have explored alternative methods into achieving functionality more advanced than a light bulb. An audio hobbyist proposed using vacuum tubes instead of transistors. Initial prototypes are showing promise. A simple radio device appeared to have greater resilience to the anomaly with little damage noted. Although this technology wouldn't allow the building of complex computers, it could at least serve as a basis for control systems or radio communication equipment, both of which are currently non-operational after the last storm that struck the city. I keep getting poop. The Endless War. Exiles. Pamphlet. The ECA has abandoned us. Brothers and sisters, all we wanted was their help. An equal share of food and water. A right to protection from the storms. We have appealed to them. Begged them. And for what? Why did we expect anything different from them? Wasn't it the ECA that abandoned our loved ones to perish on Earth? Wasn't it the ECA that brought us to this hellhole? Wasn't it the ECA that failed to warn us of the storms that tear through the walls of our feeble homes? Why should we be surprised now that the ECA bars the door to their safe haven? They say there's not enough space within their walls, no room in the city across the river, that we helped them build. Just as they told our loved ones about the Ark ship that brought us to Enoch. But somehow Nyberg and the rest of his corrupt circle were all able to bring their wives and children. How many of us had to kiss our beloveds for the last time? How many of us had to make the choice for a favorite child? Brothers and sisters, we stand here together, kicked to the curb, exiled to these slums. We will suffer. We will lose many more. But we all know this world belongs to us. Not the privileged few, but us. Enoch belongs to the exiles. Oh, look, you crazy, man. Belongs to everybody. Boop. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the...
Zahidi, I'm crossing the bridge. Where can I find the truck?
The ECA could have just left everybody
There are
behind.
old garages near the city gate. They probably would keep it there to protect against the anomaly.
Reminds me of a bike chain. What the hell's that noise? Ah, shit. I tripped something, didn't I? Oh. Woo.
It's also him.
That's for him. What? Oh, you all died from a pretty ballerina. But you can't even keep that ballerina. I'm gonna pillar it all over your let it rip. Oh, hello. Run away! Ah! Oh, hello. Oh, fuck! That's a black hole. They have released a singularity. That hurts. It hurts.
Son of a...
Spin! Spin for your life! Oh no! How did that? Oh, what? How did it get me? How did it get me? How did I get got? I feel like the spin attack might be a little too weak compared to other. Ah! Other abilities. Okay, I need to check the weapons that I got right now. Soul Devourer. Killing shots generate. Ah! Fuck! I need to go. Ah! There's 7K bubbles. Ah! What does that mean? What does that even mean? What does it mean? Double rainbow. Damn. That guy was full. What do you mean 7K bubbers? Year 1 on Enoch, First Citizens. Colonist's Handbook, June 2159. Retrieve your credit units from the ECA vault. You will need credit units to purchase food, access the amenities, leisure activities, and much more. The thing bottom left of chat. Oh, you mean leeches? The amount of credit units in your account will depend on the investment you contributed to the ECA prior to departure. Low on credits? Don't worry! All your working hours are logged and credits will be automatically added to your account. Visit the Labor Center for assignment. We value your expertise and proficiency. Whatever your skills may be, the Labor Center will identify your pre-designated work assignment and direct you to where you are most needed. Please note, while we have endeavored to provide work assignments that most closely match your skill set, establishing a colony on a new planet is an unpredictable undertaking. As a result, you may be assigned to work outside your comfort zone. But rest assured that you will be contributing towards the colony in the best way you can. Visit the reception center for living arrangements. Reception will guide you towards your new living quarters on planet Enoch. Your quarters come equipped with running fresh water, access to the electrical grid, and a bed. You are free to purchase further furniture and utilities, such as a temperature conditioning unit or storage units. Now it is time to enjoy your new home. Take time to rest and recover from cryostasis. Contrary to popular belief, cryostasis does not equal sleep. Your living quarters come equipped with a sleep monitor to ensure you have enjoyed a full cycle of sleep. Get your rest before you get back to work. Oh, that sounds terrible. But what can you do when you're literally working for survival? I sure hope that doesn't come down to my head. Pretty bad.
Hey, Zahidi, I'm in. There's a lot of trucks in here. They all look the same.
I hid the briefcase under the truck's driver's side door. Just search them all!
Just search them all, he says. Whatever you say, funny man. You guys do realize this vehicle is armored, right?
Make me dig my own grave next.
This better be worth it.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. What about it?
It's still intact.
The satellite uplink.
The last satellite uplink.
So, that's what you were looking for when you found me?
Yeah.
And it still works? How?
The case, it's mu metal. It insulates.
Mu metal?
It's never been opened, so the electronics inside have been safe from the goddamn anomaly.
So, what does it connect to? The Flores. I thought it was all disassembled for the colonization.
Mostly. But we lost contact towards the end. Half of the resources we were meant to have are still up there. They're trapped in the supply pods. Seeds, electronics, hard drives full of data, all out of reach. We could rebuild civilization with those resources, but they're useless to us unless we can find a place beyond the storms.
Wow.
No. It might sound like a dream, but for those of us that believed, it kept us going.
I can imagine.
So this is it. That's why Shira sent me to get you. She wants what's inside those pods. So, what do we do now?
Your frequency. I can use it to locate the source of the signal. I need to reach an antenna up high somewhere.
You got one in mind?
Yeah. Eagle Peaks. But, not yet.
I told you. Everyone who goes on this stupid mission ends up dead.
Well, that was mostly because she's stupid. Sure to pull the trigger or not interfere. Ah. That was weird. Crafting. Ooh. What if I want... Oh, you can craft shit for me. Ooh. Iron is used to upgrade weapons' armor uses. What? Iron is used to upgrade weapons. Armor uses leather. Epic and legendary gear requires titanium. Exchanging mods requires a mod to be unlocked in your collection. And iron or leather. Raising attributes requires attribute shards. Crafting requires resources. Basic resources can be looted from enemies. Chests are found in the world as resource nodes. Mods and shards are obtained from dismantling unused gear. Oh. Instead of being sold, items can be dismantled to receive materials, shards, and new mods. Shards are used in crafting to improve item attributes. So when I get new mods, unlocked mods are added to the collection. Ah, okay. They can be used in crafting to replace the existing modification. Just remember that multiple mods with the same name don't stack. Wait, what? Oh, I can add different mods. Okay, but I just can't add the same mod. I guess they are automatically there after I add them to the collection, I guess. Yeah. Cool. I'll be right back,
I can
fellas.
wait. I will wait as long as I must, but I won't give up on you. I can't have come all this way only to let those creatures stop me.
Okie dokie, I'm back. Hello, hello. Welcome. How's everybody's day going? Web. Hey, Brainstorm.
Are you lost, old man?
Are we all?
Shut up. You and your fucking
What are you
fake wisdom
doing here?
bullshit.
This place isn't safe.
What do you see when you look at this shattered city? I see my own story in every street. I lived here through every crisis, every revolt and riot, till they tore it away from us.
Afraid I missed all that.
We lost Earth. Soon we'll lose this planet. We lose everything in the end. Maybe that's how it has to be. I left some things in my old hut. Valuable things.
Oh yeah? Where's that?
I couldn't survive a minute on my own. But I'd show you where they're hidden if you would open the way.
Sure.
Just like to go home once more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Stay here. I'll handle it.
What a long, strange trip it's been. My old home's near the radio tower overlooking the city.
Zahidi's truck is in bad condition. I've scavenged all the useful equipment. Doc will have to ride with us.
Okay. What do you guys think of this
Fascinating
game?
for you, Outrider. Waking up in the future.
It's definitely mind-boggling. That's for sure.
Outrider, what can I do for you?
The, anomaly. Can you explain it?
Well, short answer, no. They call it an anomaly because it can't be explained. It defies all known physics. It seems to be some fundamental force of this planet's nature, electromagnetic and gravitational. But it's also a kind of weather system that obeys rules and can even be forecast. Sometimes it shines, sometimes it rains. Mostly rains. I have theories, but the scientific method depends on observation, hypothesis, experimentation, and finally, peer review. The problem is, I have no peers left.
Yeah, figured.
Why didn't we know about the anomaly before we landed? I mean, surely it must have shown up on the surveys.
I assure you, this is not the world we were promised. Every report that came back to Earth told the same story. They had found the Garden of Eden, not some world that would be trying to kill us in every conceivable way. We would have stayed on Earth for that.
So what the fuck happened?
I don't know. My dad, he knew this planet backwards and forwards. He was on the Science Council that chose this world. Obviously, something happened during the 67 years we were asleep in hyperspace. Something changed this planet.
Tell me, Dr. Zahidi.
Careful. That's the very last satellite uplink on Enoch. You don't know how long it took me to find it.
How did you even know to look for it?
My father. I found reference to it in his notes. After we landed, he was out here looking for a signal. Long before we were. He was the first one to send expeditions. And back then, I was just a kid.
You came to Enoch as a child? Not many kids were on board the Flores.
My father, being who he was, had the luxury of bringing his family.
I'm eating, by the way. That's why I'm not talking.
I'm wondering, is it possible there are other Outriders still in cryo?
Well, it's entirely possible. Jane and I... We weren't expecting to find your team, and with insurgents closing in, we didn't have time to look for anyone else. I don't have to tell you how dangerous the First City is, but... I'd want to be the first to know what you find.
I'm curious too. I'll go check it out.
If you were to find other Outriders had survived, perhaps our mission won't seem so impossible. Just because you haven't found any other Outriders yet, that doesn't mean they're not still out there.
So it can be leveled up. That reminds me of another game. I wonder if it was like Remnant Over the Ashes or some other game that I played that did the same thing.
The cryopod I found you in was in an old medical lab near the river. You should start searching there.
Alright. Before I do his mission... I didn't mean to do that. I thought this was the travel post. It is the travel post. So what do you mean, well, by action is action? Also, is my fucking mic quieter? I just realized that one of my filters, or it might have been the update. Okay. There we go. That should be better. Is that better? Sorry about that. Streamlabs likes to change my settings sometimes. Okay, so I'm at camp. Old Man's Hut, Main Street. This is where we can probably find whatever Outriders is left. Old Man's Hut is where I need to go right now. That's the nearest one that I can find.
Hey, old man. What was this place like back in the beginning?
Oh, it was miracles. Daily. Industrial printers constructing anything we needed from Enoch's raw materials. In a flash, we were building a city on an alien planet. Until the storms came.
You saw the first storm?
Oh, yes. Lights on the horizon. Machines going wrong. The entire city went black. Just bolts of lightning and screams. I could see people lifted into the air, trees shredded, fires everywhere.
Oh shit.
For Enoch we had, it was gone in a breath.
What happened after the engine blew?
No electronics, and the sleepers getting woke in thousands an hour when they tried to keep us calm. But there was no food, no medicine, nowhere to hide from the storms. ECA closed the gates and left us all to rot. And we would have too, if not for the Altered. I never wanted to be an insurgent. I just wanted what my family had been promised.
Right. That sucks. So when you say action is action, what do you mean by that, Well? Do you like the action? Is it good action? Would you possibly consider play this game for the action? I think so too. I like it. And the story's not too terrible. It's actually interesting just enough for me to like be a little intrigued as well. Although it's a little fast-paced at the beginning. Reading all the lore definitely helps. Hey, it's that thing that I tried opening but couldn't because it wasn't openable until I got here yet.
Place
Also,
is crawling with insurgents. I need to clear them out.
Hello! You're not going anywhere, bud. Oh, hello. Spin attack! Woo, that's a mortar. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of mortar. Ah! Fuck! Woo! Chop chop, motherfucker! Why am I looking right there? Oh my gosh! Holy kid cannoli! Not good. Here's a boss right there. I just realized there's a fucking boss. Ah! There you are. Uh-oh. Oh, how did that reach me? You lied to me. Ah! Woo! Reloaded down, sale for Halo Infinite. Yeah, Halo's pretty fucking great. I would definitely buy that too. Damn it! Oh, Granolio! Oh my god, they kill so fast! Yeah, I need to swap back to my blade. I like spinning, but the blade is just really fucking good. It does really good damage. What's this one? This one's fully auto, this one... Maybe it's a burst weapon too? Automatic sniper rifle, automatic sniper rifle. Whoa, what are you? Pump action shotgun standard bar? But it has like a shield plate. Look at that. It's like a mini shield. Bullets, burning, toxic, ash. 184 damage, 102. Alright, we're gonna try this badass looking shotgun. This thing looks like a shotgun that Doomslayer would fucking use. Or like... What's that guy from Wolfenstein called? Oh my god. Damn. It's a good thing this thing's got life steal. Hey, what's that? Ammo. Yes, please. Oh my god. Ooh, damn, this thing has range. Oh my goodness. No, I couldn't. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Damn it. Ah, fuck, he got me. Get my pistols. Whoa! What? How did he just explode like that? Sweet. Wow. That's the solar farm. Man. Only caveman allowed to survive.
I've cleared the way to your hut, container 99, but...
Thank you. Please wait for me there.
Okay. Ooh. Does the Master Chief Collection include Halo 4 now? Is that a thing? Because I still need to play 4 and 5. 5 was a Halo, right?
There's some milk.
Did they make Halo 5? Private journals. Anna McKellen's journal. The ECA reduced everyone's rations allocations for a second time this month, but Alfred has been trading favors with other supervisors to get these extra MREs for our girls. They would be going hungry without them, but what am I supposed to say to our neighbors? After service, people noticed that our girls were the only children in the settlement who had the strength to run. By the time I got them to stop, they'd already made a spectacle, burning off energy and that none of the rest of them got. Alfred thinks nobody noticed, but I've heard the whispers. I told him he has to stop, that we aren't special. But the food our girls are eating comes right out of their other people's rations. It's stealing. He promises to stop, but tonight I found more MREs he's hidden under the floorboards. My husband's never lied to my face before like that. I know he's trying to protect us, but I'm afraid he's only making things more dangerous. And I can't do anything when he keeps me in the dark. The Settlement Association has requested a meeting tonight. They're saying we gotta do something before everyone starves to death. I don't know if I can even show my face. Then a RTS Halo game? What do you mean? What's that? Halo Wars 2. Wasn't Halo Wars 1 like the first Halo? Or something like that?
What happened here? Whose graves are those?
Sarah. Elodie.
His wife and
Michelle.
2 daughters.
It wasn't their fault. I was picked as a community leader to distribute food. I admit I kept some for ourselves, for my girls. Was I supposed to watch them starve? I traded for favors. Seemed harmless enough. I only took food. But they took everything from me.
Oh. But you told me you had...
Nothing of value here for me but my memories. Take it all. Then go, please. I'll stay here a little longer.
And then die. Stiffening. Shots inflict slow on enemies. Ooh. Big range. Slow trap. Slow trap increases the sphere range by 1 meter. Twisted rounds. I like these two. Halo Wars 1 is also an RTS game. What is an RTS game? Real-time strategy? Ah. I'm not a big fan of those ones. Anomaly power. Long range damage. Max health. Using the skill deals 149 damage to the one you port behind. Ooh. I think that's it for here. Right? Yeah. I need to go back to the convoy and go break some equipment.
Lost her.
I'm busy.
I'm so sorry. I missed you, girls.
Dismantled and marked? Wait a minute. Oh. So Toxic, Ashen, Awakening, Soul Devour, Fireworks, and Burning. To unlock a mod, find an item within dismantle. Man, all mods from dismantle to gear are unlocked for crafting. Okay, so now I should have the mods, yes? Huh? Slot 1 and slot 2. Tier 3. Calculation of planet. Improved rarity. Ah, that's what gives the mod slot. It's a really cool looking shotgun. I kind of want to... Yeah, select the mod for this. Oh, vulnerability bullets. Killermatic. The first shot after every reload has an increase. I guess it just comes with one whenever. But I want fireworks. So how do I... Mod slide, okay. Yeah, I like the explodey one. Okay, so the other ones you can't really do anything with, really. Killing shots, we can bullet size for blast with combustion. Right. Okay. So I thought I saw some whatchamacallit, something about an aesthetic doodle that I got. I'm wondering if I can change the way that everything looks. If I wanted to. Visual customization, okay. Yeah, visual customization. I like this one actually. Yeah, I like that one. Ooh, yes. Cool. I like it when games do this. Nice. Okay. I'm sure eventually I'll get some more things that make my dude look better. The Endless Dark. I think this might be closer.
Hey, Zahidi. Why did no one else think to wake the Outriders up for 30 years?
Well, after what happened to you in the forest, they told us they were trying to find a cure. But they never did.
But if there's no cure, how'd you know it wouldn't kill me when you opened my pod?
I didn't. I'm sorry. I was only concerned with finding the uplink.
Sure. Got it. Priorities.
Me got no jacket. What do you do? Cyclone Slice inflicts weakness on enemies hit by the skill. Yes. Thank you.
Notes. Sting.
Flight to Enoch cryopods. Cryostasis aboard the SM floor is FAQ. What is cryostasis? I already know what cryostasis is. Has cryostasis been tested? We have tested the process extensively on both animals and terminally ill volunteer human patients and found success in every case. We have estimated that a year spent in cryostasis ages the body to an equivalent of a day spent outside cryostasis. What are the side effects? After waking up from cryostasis, you can expect to suffer from temporary fatigue and disorientation. These symptoms will subdue after a few days. You will also experience muscle atrophy and a reduction in bone density due to the conditions of hibernation and low gravity. This is why balanced nutrition and exercise is essential to return to your optimal health. Nice that they thought of that. Can you guarantee I will wake up on the new planet? The journey to Enoch will be long and many challenges present themselves. Awakening from cryostasis is a difficult, complicated, and time-consuming task. When returning to normal gravity conditions prior to awakening, your cryopod will be filled with low-density fluid, which will reduce body weight, while your muscles will be electrically stimulated. This process usually takes 45 days, after which you will experience some nausea and difficulty standing. But worry not, your symptoms can be treated with anti-nausea and anabolic medication, a high-protein and calcium diet, all while under careful monitoring by our medical personnel. Before you know it, you'll be ready to embark on the next chapter of your life. We have the best minds on Earth at our disposal. The ECA guarantees with every passenger that their sleep will be peaceful and painless. Will I be dreaming while in cryostasis? Observation of people in cryostasis has not indicated the kind of brain activity that would suggest dreams. This is congruent with our findings that, although a body in cryostasis appears to be sleeping, it is not technically sleep, as you will remember from your experience is feeling slightly cold going into the cryopod when you wake up in the new world decades later. It'll barely feel like a day went by. Isn't all this just crazy science fiction? We intend to migrate the human race through the stars to our new world. Maybe crazy, but it's not science fiction. Or at least in this game. Notes transfer orders. Progress report Dr. Nathan Skurlock Vaccine Research Team. The Outriders have remained in cryostasis since their reinsertion on the landing day. Phase 1 attempts to synthesize a vaccine against the forest fungus have been unsuccessful and resulted in the deaths of the initial Outrider subject. The most recent anomaly storm has rendered much of our lab equipment useless. I am moving the most promising subjects to B2 so we can continue our research. We are fairly certain that the landing shuttle's hull will protect us from the storm, though with the current riots in the city worse every day. I'm not sure I'll live long enough to find out for certain. Further experimentation will now proceed to Phase 2, increasing the fungus's gestation period to achieve full maturity inside the cryopod. Per the ECA's order, more invasive procedures have been authorized. Subjects that have not been rendered yield are to be left behind. Oh my. Invasive processes such as... Oh. Is this where I was from? Woke up, went through that, I guess. This is where I came from.
I found a transfer order that says ECA moved most of the cryopods to a different location. Some B2 facility.
I've got an old map here. Looks like B2 is the big pod across the bridge. Should be on your left.
What's the quickest way there?
Try following the city walls. They'll lead you close to the facility.
Everything respawns apparently, so I'm just gonna... So I was just gonna get the stuff that I remember I could get from there. The rope. What the hell? Why do the birds get all blurry when I stay still? That's really fucking weird. Hey, stinkos! I think the scope changed too when I swapped to a different look. Oh, hello, big guy. Yeah. These guys are easy enough that I can just use my pistols on. Can't you see I'm taking a bath? Rude! Perverts, the lot of you. You should be ashamed. What are you doing in my swamp? Get out! Who invited all of you? No. Interrupted. Sweet. Bink. Give me that. Spawn mouse. So if this thing also changes the scope that I have on, if I swap to different ones, would that also mean that Let's swap to a different one. Oh, weird. Back off. You fools. You walked right into the blender. Hasn't anyone taught them to never put any part of their body in a blender? I found a box and I want to open up. Is that it? Oh. Lamb. Oh, hi. I do believe that is all of them. Oh, hello. What is this you have here?
Journal.
Year 1 on Enoch, Mass Awakening. A History of Madness by R.T. Elliott. The Official Archive, October 2159. Following the anomaly storm that struck the first city, the engineer's nuclear reactor was heavily damaged. Multiple attempts at repairing it only managed to restore it to partial operation. While the reactor showed signs of increasing instability, a few months went by until the reactor finally gave in. The reactor's meltdown meant that energy production was almost entirely knocked out. The lack of power meant that hundreds of thousands of cryopods relied on their backup batteries to keep their occupants alive. Batteries would not last forever, with the only alternative being unconscionable. The ECA decided to quickly awaken those in cryostasis. Without the necessary number of personnel, hundreds were given crash courses to aid in the awakening process and give those who were unhibernated medical attention. Many suffered exhaustion after days of work without break or sleep. The ECA still lacked the resources to feed, clothe, and give shelter or even a bed to everyone in the hundreds of thousands who were awakened. It was all they could hastily erect temporary shelter outside the walls of the city. It was all they could do, hastily erect temporary shelters outside the walls of the city, and tried to distract them from the reality that the ECA was completely unprepared for them. Status report. Post-mass awakening. The inspection of cryopods recorded as active at the time prior to the storm was recorded as 312 cryopods were destroyed by the storm when it passed through a cryopod storage warehouse. An attempt was made to identify their occupants based on their remains, although many were fused to the machinery and mutilated beyond recognition. 189 had their emergency ejections triggered. The sudden awakening procedure and lack of immediate medical care caused 23 casualties. The rest were recovering in the infirmary. 1,043 suffered system failure due to the electromagnetic pulse. The cryopods failed to eject their occupants, trapped them inside without life support. Manual overrides were performed, but only 2 occupants survived, currently in critical condition. After the 1,043. 398,192 cryopods remained active at the time, but this number decreased by the hour as the supply of power faltered. Less than 24 hours later, the decision was made to initiate emergency awakening procedures to open the cryopods and evacuate their occupants. 392,502 cryopods remained active at this time and were opened. Over that 24-hour period, the rest had suffered battery power failure and their occupants were recorded as deceased. An extreme shortage in medical personnel forced us to quickly bring in staff from other departments and provide crash course training on cryopod revival procedures, supervised by Dr. Alexander Ristropovich. Those revived from hibernation needed urgent medical attention, rest, and high caloric intake in order to regain their strength and prevent any permanent damage as a result of their cryostasis. Many patients and personnel suffered psychological damage, reminded of the warlike conditions of Earth. Current supplies were never meant to sustain such a large number, and stocks are running low. More sources of food will have to be found urgently. Due to the procedure requiring constant work over a period of 4 days with little time for rest or breaks, many personnel collapsed from exhaustion, while incidents of human error were recorded that led to the deaths of an estimate 300 to 600 patients, and injury to several thousand more. While the majority of cryopod occupants have survived their revival, the question remains how the city can provide sufficient housing, clothing, and food to a population of nearly 500,000. Temporary shelter has been erected outside the walls of the city, and fabrics have been repurposed to provide more clothing. But the city was not prepared for this. The sustainability of this situation is in jeopardy if reparative measures are not taken. I wonder why they didn't think to take measures against some sort of electromagnetic pulse. You know, even if it wasn't like a magnetic storm that they thought was gonna, you know, happen on this planet, you would think to keep their occupants alive, they would at least put countermeasures in against such events. You know, in case of wartime and people trying to kill all these others that are leaving them all behind. A sort of, if I'm gonna die, you're gonna go with me type of Hail Mary thing.
I'm inside. I'll look for the cryopods.
Now, this kind of reminds me of Rage. Rage also did something like this, where they had like a giant shuttle that just was filled with cryopods and shit. Whoa.
I found Scarstead.
What are you talking about? He's alive?
No.
No. ECA turned him into a terrarium.
Oh, come on. Scarstead? Damn it. I fought with that bastard in Baghdad and Caracas. He never gave up. He was supposed to end his tour of duty on his feet.
They all were.
Damn. Desperate times, I guess.
Zahidi, the ECA was experimenting on us. Did you know?
No. No, I didn't, I swear. But the Outriders were patients zero. It makes sense they would study you. To save others.
And kill half of us off in the process? That is fucked up.
Outriders mission report of the fungus. Medical report. Patients. Skarstedt Magnus. Occupation Outrider. Condition unknown. Exposure day 3. Following exposure to the black fungus-like substance, patient 0 is now stable in suspended animation. Tomorrow, Dr. Akinboy will begin running a series of lab tests to determine the properties of the organism that has infected the patient. Signed, Nurse Anna Kulikowski. Exposure day 12. Nurse Kulikowski wore a hazmat suit and padded gloves before removing a sample of the dark viscous substance draining from the patient's ears, nose, and throat. Despite taking extended protective measures, Nurse Kulikowski quickly exhibited serious profound symptoms and began vomiting black sludge. We could not risk attempting to resuscitate Nurse Kulikowski. Her body was incinerated to prevent further contamination. Signed, Dr. Diana Akinboy. Exposure day 20. The Medical Council has reached a consensus to place the discovery of a vaccine for this disease as top priority. Significant further research will need to be conducted. The Council has approved my proposed methodology of research. Modifying a hazmat suit with lead lining should protect from any exposure, although it will impede the speed of my research. Hopefully, even with our newly limited resources, we can find a cure, especially since it's becoming quickly and abundantly clear that our future on this planet will depend on the ability to leave this valley. Signed, Dr. Diane Akinboy. But they never found one. Exposure day 29. After exhibiting black sludge symptoms, Dr. Diane Akinboy was pronounced deceased, and her remains have been incinerated. Few remains who wish to continue to work, but I will stay. I know with enough time this nut can be cracked. More will die in the attempt. Perhaps I'll be next, but I cannot just walk away. I will stay. Signed, Dr. Nathan Skurlock. Nathan. I finished searching.
So what did you find?
No one else made it.
I'm sorry, Outrider. But the fact that some made it, that your cryopods kept humming for all those years, against all odds, you should count yourself lucky.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
I mean, I know I'm lucky, but the other guy's luck had nothing to do with that.
As long
Cut
as
loose
you
sounds
live,
nice, but
so do the Outriders. Remember that.
and the other one looks nice, but I don't have boop a blue shoes, blue pair of shoes. The guy clearly didn't make it, I don't think. Alright. What's with the whole blurry effect that, you know, you see this weird blur happening and I don't like it. See, look, you see the leaves blur out, but then when you look around, they're all perfectly fine. Stop looking, and everything gets all weird. I find that very odd. But that's gonna have to be it for this stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed if you did. Hope you had a relaxing time and also possibly got a good idea of what this game is about. Because this game is pretty fun to play. So, with that being said, that's the end of this stream, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Bye well. Thank you for sticking around.